Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jewel Book Reviews and More. My name is Tammy Shields, and today I have the Pizza Hut. So I'm showing you how to do the DIY Pizza Hut, and it's really easy. It's not as hard as you may think it is. It's only 4 pieces. That's it, guys, just 4 pieces. And I'm also going to show you how you can just assemble it, reassemble it, turn it into something else if you want to turn it into something else, a whole different structure. I remember when I took mine apart, I turned it into a Home Depot. So, hey, and I even used it once as a flower shop. All you have to do is just simply take it apart, cover the paper in another color, and then change out the sign. It's just that easy. All right, so let's look at our Pizza Hut. I made a really small, tiny little Pizza Hut. So I may have to like scoot my chair back a little bit so you guys can see it. Can you see it? I think it's really cool. I love it. So this is my Pizza Hut, my little small version of the Pizza Hut. And then you can see it has like the larger area or space in the back. And I do that purposely so that the kiddos can put their cash registers there, so they can pretend to check customers in and out, or whatever it is you want them to do, depending on what the area theme is. So here's my Pizza Hut right here. So it has like the bottom base. So this is the larger box right here. You can just pick any large box that you find. And when I put this box together, I just took some black construction paper and made like a, little checkered pattern. And then here is the columns. So the columns that I was telling you before, I used the bulletin board paper that the rolls were actually shipped in, and I just used those. So if you don't have those, like I said, again, you can just simply use 2 boxes that are smaller boxes. Like I said, the milk carton boxes are perfect. You just put the 2 together and you tape them with either duct tape or packing tape in the middle to form 2 columns. So you would just need to have 4 of those boxes in order for you to do that. So you can have 2 stacked on each side. And then of course right here is a box that I had that was pretty large. I just opened it up and I created the roof for this. So this is curvular, of course. It looks a little bit like a triangle. What I did to make sure that the sides were even, I just basically used the bulletin board paper as the template originally. So the bulletin board paper was the template. I just folded it in half and I just made like a shape here. And then I made a shape here. And when I folded it in half, I cut it out. And then I used that to trace onto the cardboard box so that I can have an even roof on both sides. And then, of course, I used Google Images here to make the Pizza Hut sign. And then the kiddos helped. Like they used sponge paint, well, mine's at the bottom here, to, make the imitation brick. And then I also took like the bulletin board paper and I spread it out on our lunch table, put tape on each one of the corners, and then I just let these guys paint it. And after they finished painting it and it was dry, that's what I used to cover the columns in the bottom and even the top. So like I said, you're gonna have to give them enough space. I always put the columns here in this space here in the front so that they can put their cash registers here. So how I did that in terms of how I put it together, and this is dating my age, I know it is, but I used to play with paper dolls, and the paper dolls were like wooden or cardboard, and you used to have to put them inside of a base in order for them to stand. So I kind of had that same concept here. So as you can see here at the top, I cut a slit at the top and I actually brought it around to the sides. So you can see I actually brought it around to the sides here, and then I did the same thing on the opposite side of the column. So I did that for both of them, and then I just simply took this base here, the roof here, and I just slid it right down inside of it. And then I created like 2 rectangle cuts in the front of the box here. And then I also cut the columns at the bottom here, similar to the way I did at the top. So I can just slide them down inside. And then after that, it just turned into this one piece. So when you are creating or making something else, all you really have to do is just take those columns out, take the roof off, and you can make a square roof and just change the like the paper and the sign, and then there you have it. You have a whole new structure, which is really cool. All right, so I'm gonna sit our Pizza Hut down. Oh, one last thing with this, guys, I don't do anything with the bottom at all. So if you want to be, you know, super creative and do something at the bottom, you can, but it's no need to, because it's gonna be on the floor. So you guys don't have to worry about doing anything at the bottom at all. So here's our little Pizza Hut, 4 pieces. Did you guys know that it was only 4 pieces? It really was only 4 pieces. It was the base, it was the 2 columns, and of course the roof at the top. So let's look at what I did to go inside of the dramatic play area, because I wanted to be very interactive. So what I did was I created a sign for the pizza toppings. So the pizza toppings are right here. I used felt pieces, and I created our pepperoni. I created like the mushrooms, the bell peppers, the purple onions, the cheese, as well as our black olives. Now, you know, these guys are probably not going to know anything more than the cheese and the pepperonis, but I'm quite sure they've heard their parents order pizzas before. And when they order them, they order toppings typically that the kids do not eat. So they already have that foundational understanding of what those words, will know those words, but they may not know what those are. So this is a good way to teach them and introduce them to some of those new words and build that vocabulary, which is always a bonus. So like I said, I use the felt pieces. So what you're going to need, you're going to need various pieces of felt. You guys can see I have the different colors here to represent everything from the green peppers to the pepperoni to the black olives. And then you're also going to need some yarn. So I have like 2 different kinds of yarn here. I got yellow and white to represent the cheese. And then you're going to kind of cut it up like this. So these guys can like top their pizza, and I'll show you how I made the pizza, which is really quick and easy as well. And then you're going to make your pieces like your pepperoni and your mushrooms, and then your bell peppers, of course, and your little black olives. So those are your pieces. And what I did was I just took like some cardboard here and, you know, made a circle. I think I found something that was the perfect size circle. I think it was like one of my spices or something like that, like some honey spice or something that you put on, you know, you sprinkle on your chicken or something like that. I used the bottom of that. Guys, I use pretty much anything to make perfect shapes because I don't measure anything. So this is the easiest way to do it possible. So I cut out the shape here, and that's how I made my pepperoni. And then I just kind of free hand cut out this piece here for our mushroom. And then for the other pieces, like the onions and the bell peppers or whatever, and even the you know, the yarn, I just cut strips, and that was pretty much it. So then I needed to make the pizza, right? So I just had a regular pizza like this. I used the lid to my canister set that I put like my my flour and my sugar in. So I just used the lid for that. And then what I did was I cut another piece that was similar to this, but I kind of made like wavy lines in it to represent the piece of sauce. And then I just hot glued some cheese down to the pizza, because I had older toddlers inside of my classroom, and I just decided to go ahead and do that, because originally I had like the pizza cut like I showed you guys a few minutes ago, and boy, did they make a mess. It was like yarn everywhere. I was like, okay, I need to be a little bit smarter here. So what I decided to do was just hot glue it on already. So all they had to do was just add like their little toppings on. So they can just add like their little pepperoni, and then they can add like their bell peppers onto their pizza. Let me spread this out so it can look like a delicious pizza. And then they could just put their little mushrooms on it right here, and then their little black olives. And then there you have it. There's the pizza. And what I would love to have done, but I couldn't do because I had toddlers, is I would have loved to have given them, you know, the little pieces of paper with, you know, the names and the pictures of the toppings, and then like a little box next to it. Like you can just make this on Microsoft Word or something like that, or PowerPoint, and then put pencils inside of the area where they can, you know, check off what toppings they want. And then that makes it even more interactive. You can show them, hey, what toppings do you want? You give them a piece of paper. They check off the toppings that they want. And then the kids that are pretending to be the cooks in the kitchen can add those toppings that the kids want. So like I said, this was so easy to do, the little pizza, because it was just a little regular circle. I made the small personal pan pizzas because I had little tiny hands at the time. and it was really a lot of fun. So one of the things I want to point out to you guys too is the key is ensuring that whatever restaurant or shop or store or whatever you make it something that the children are familiar with. Like the Pizza Hut was literally right around the corner from our facility. So it was something that the children would see on their way into the center and on their way home. So it's so important that when we're showing them these things, that we're showing them things that they're already familiar with, you know, have that foundational knowledge of already, and then we want to expand on it. So that was my big, you know, key for, hey, what restaurant should I put there for these guys? And most of my kiddos were about to go off to preschool, so they were the older toddlers, so it was really cool. And then sometimes parents would bring in pizza, and they would always use Pizza Hut because it was right around the corner. So I really love that idea a lot. So make sure that you're doing that, because it makes no sense to, you know, represent a place that they've never seen before. They won't get it. You know, you won't get as much of the value out of it if you're doing that. So that's pretty much what I did, guys. I also went over to Pizza Hut personally. If you're a teacher, go and ask, you know, hey, what do you guys have? I'm doing dramatic play and I'm going to create a Pizza Hut, and you know, do you have anything that you can possibly give me for that area? They gave me free boxes, free menus. I brought them back to the facility. I made copies. I laminated them. You know, I went to the dollar store and I bought, I believe, a checkered tablecloth to put over there. But I really didn't have to spend any money, much money at all. I think I spent maybe $10, and that was just on the tablecloth and the yarn, and also some of the felt pieces, because I wanted specific colors. But other than that, that was pretty much it. I'm going to show you guys one more time, and like I said, it's so easy to do. It's 4 pieces. You can change out the roof, you know, change the colors, change the sign, and you have a whole new structure. All right, guys, our little miniature I can't talk today. Our miniature Pizza Hut. Here it is, guys. Pretty cool, right? Our little Pizza Hut. And then, of course, like I said, make sure you have enough space in the back for you guys to put cash registers and menus and things like that. And that is pretty much it. So if you guys have any ideas on things that you may want to see me do next, I would love to do them. Just drop it in the comments and just let me know what you think about the Pizza Hut. Or if you're not sure, hey, how to do something and I didn't explain it well enough, just let me know and I'll try to elaborate a little bit more. But as always, guys, keep exploring, keep reading, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you again for the next Bejeweled book reviews and more DIY project.